Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I'm here live to talk to you guys about Cloak, but I will be moderately distracted while I'm on this live stream. Hi, Eric. Hi, X-Raven. Hi, Sophia. And I will be moderately distracted because right now I am editing the pole dancing video. It's almost done, and I got to get it done before Amy and I head out, but it's almost done. It will be going up today. Someone mentioned that it's the 4th year anniversary since the last pole dancing video came out, and I was like, holy crap, now I gotta go do that, so I'm gonna edit this up. So I'm gonna be editing it, answering your questions, and basically just talking to you guys about Cloak. But first and foremost, what I wanted to say is thank you. Like, again, thank you so much. I speak from my heart, I speak from Sean's heart, I speak from everyone on the team's heart. Just thank you guys for being so warm and welcoming to this idea that we had to build a clothing brand to kind of like give you guys something that you've never seen before and do it in a way that we could be really proud of. And I'm really proud of it. Right now I'm wearing the sweatshirt because it's freaking freezing in my recording room right now. And I wanted to like say some things right off the bat. I know there's a lot of people that are unhappy with the pricing of it. And that's fine. We understood that that was going to be there. And believe me when I say we fought to get the pricing down as much as we could. But one thing that we weren't going to do was sacrifice quality. First and foremost, this is not merch. We're not working through any other company to make this stuff. All the clothing is custom cut, custom fabric, custom sewn. Like, we make it ourselves. We've got distribution ourselves. We've got customer service ourselves. Like, we didn't just want to make a partnership with a company so that we can make some better merch. We wanted to make stuff that was ours, that had our stamp of approval on it, not our name on it, obviously, but something that could be unified under a different thing that raised the standard of quality a little bit higher. So that's exactly why we wanted to do it, and that's exactly why the price does get high. This is a startup. I don't technically like to use the term startup, but that's what this is. This is the beginnings of something. And we had to start somewhere, and we had to start right. So we wanted to start with a small, very small selection in the pre-sale. So technically the company hasn't actually launched yet. This is the pre-sale for the company that's going to come later. But it's important to remember that this is the beginning. Like, this is the ground floor of what we have here. This is the ground floor of everything. This is the base layer so that we can actually grow from here. We're not just a company that's going to have, 3 sweatshirts and a couple of t-shirts. That's not the end goal of this one. We've got so many more things that we want to give to you guys and have available for you guys with a wide selection of different types of stuff, but it has to start somewhere. And I appreciate everybody because people have been exceptionally understanding about it, but I also want to say, if people have criticisms about it, let them speak. We are not here to shut everyone down and just only pay attention to the people that are trying to kiss our ass. That's not why we did it. That's not the kind of people that we ever have been. What we're here for is to listen to you guys and make sure that this is your brand. Like, when we say that, we're not trying to say that just to be like, we're going to associate this and drill it into your head and like you're going to believe it because we say it a lot. We want this to be something that you could be proud to own, that you could be proud to wear. And that was our goal from the get-go. And with this launch, it's gone better than I ever could have hoped for. Like, there are things that are selling out on the store, and we had no idea that it would sell out this quickly. We don't even have a contingency plan to get them back in stock, because the way it works in the initial phase anyway is we had this pre-sale so that we could get production going, number one, and then we could get the product out to people, and then once it's in people's hands, they could actually see the level of quality that we've put into these pieces of clothing, like the amount of work that's gone into it, just trying to figure out how to do it like to a standard of quality that was higher than anything we've ever done before, to make sure that the logos were right. We went through so many different iterations of different clothing styles in exploration and research, like from down to like how these little tips are going to be covered to make sure that they don't come unthreaded. How do they make sure that they don't come through the hole again? How, like, what's the whole thing made out of? What are the stitches on the hood? Like, how tight should the hood be? Should the hood actually have like come to a point? Should it be Assassin's Creed style hood, or should it be shaped hood, like stuff like that? There's so many little nuances and details that we've learned over the past year, and that the team that we work with has been very smart and very capable, and we've trusted them very deeply. And so, can you see the failed logos? They weren't failed. It's just they weren't what we were hoping for. I also want to show you. I don't know if Ben wants me to show you this, but we wanted everything to be great, right down to the packaging of it. Like we wanted the whole thing to be a proper experience because we definitely didn't want clothing, number one, to show up just plain old damaged in one of those plastic bags that you get from everything. So we even wanted a custom box so that it seemed like even down to the packaging was to the level of quality that we wanted it to be. And so you like, if this is for obviously a larger order, this is a bigger box. But it's like we wanted it to be down from the very beginning of it to always be something. Oh, here's a failed logo. This is supposed to be upside down. So, like, that's supposed to be, it's upside down. So there's a little bit of a problem there. It's like little nuances like that are down to what we want, and then we have to throw it out once it's not quite right and go back and yell at people. So, yeah, so we wanted everything to be as nice as it could possibly be to the level of quality that we ever wanted. And not only that, the other thing that you guys haven't been able to see, because number one, you haven't been able to have it in your hands and feel how comfortable this sweatshirt really is and how comfortable the shirt really is. Like, you haven't seen it. But the other thing that you haven't seen is the level of customer service that we also wanted to give. I personally, in my previous experiences with both running businesses and having shopping experiences, I've always been a big proponent that customer service is above everything. That is the base level of the entire infrastructure of everything that you're trying to build. If you don't treat your customers right before and after they've bought your things, then you don't deserve to be in business. We wanted to make sure that customer service could be something that was absolutely 100% there for you whenever you needed it. And we wanted to make sure that we were there for you in whatever problem that you had. And so what I'm trying to explain in all this is like, this is why like the prices do seem high in the beginning, because it's the level of quality that we want on every stage, not just with the clothing itself, but with the experience of buying from Cloak. And and just like, that's why I'm so excited about it. And that's why I'm very much like, don't shut anyone down for having any complaints or criticisms about it. This is all here for you. We want to hear everything about it. We don't want to shut out people that have any sort of critique about it. Like, that's never been what we're about. We want to always work to be better and like work towards giving you something that you actually will love. Now, I'm not sure how many of these are left for pre-sale. They are selling out very quickly. I believe the smalls and the triple XLs are gone. That's another thing, sizing. We do want to expand beyond just triple XL. That is another thing that a lot of people were like, where's 4XL, where's 5XL? Again, initial phase, first run, small batch, just to go into production, because just making custom clothing with all the prototyping that we have to do, it really does it gets expensive. And so we wanted to go with a small batch at launch so that we could provide, we haven't even launched yet. This is the pre-sale to the launch. So we wanted a small batch to go out first so that we could move forward with that one, and then eventually like get the ball rolling, make sure customer service is all going, make sure the wheels are oiled, all the gears are turning, and everything is going 100%. And then once we're able to do that, each iteration and each batch that we get into production and we move forward, we're opening up more products. We're opening up more like things for you guys to see. We're opening up better avenues for customer service, stuff like that, and then you can go farther. 5XL is big. I can't even imagine. But we wanted to do that too. That was another thing, and that's another reason why on the website we have a plus size model, like modeling the clothing, because we wanted to make sure that was obvious. I mean, it seems like something that should be incredibly obvious. There are people of so many different body types out there. Why would you only have skinny people wearing the clothes? It just didn't make any logical sense to us, because there's so many different body types out there. Why would you have one? So we were just it was just something that we I don't even have any justification for it. It's something that should be obvious, and any other company that doesn't do it is just stupid. So and also, that's another thing, we basically were starting out. And as much as I would like to have all the resources of production and the negotiating skills with all the various suppliers to make sure that we get everything as good as it possibly can be, it's tough. It's tough. Even if we have like a fan base, a company doesn't care that a company that we're working with to make the clothing like doesn't care that I have a fan base. They just want like things to go business wise and stuff like that, and that's why we have a very team of intelligent people that are working on that as well. Not that I'm not good at negotiating, but if I had to do that, I would never be able to make a video with this. And it's just been such a slog of work behind the scenes done by these heroes that are also a part of Cloak that have really pushed and supported us this whole way. So I got to give it up to number one, Ben, Parker, the legal team, like all the production people that are behind it, like just everyone behind the team of Cloak. Let's just give like in chat just a big global thank you to all the people working behind the scenes, and just give a big thank you to Team Cloak out there. Thank you so much for that, and thank you for helping us to make this a dream come true. Yeah. Got to put on your business pants. Yeah, sometimes you definitely do. It's not pants. I don't like wearing pants in general, but business pants are definitely something that are not often worn here. But you do got to do it at some point. Yes, thank you to everyone at Team Cloak for making this something really big, and thank you guys. So I'm going to be answering your questions, but also, like I said at the beginning of this, I'm editing the pole dancing video, which you could probably hear. That was an awkward time to pop into that. But so I'm gonna all right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna answer some questions without focusing on that so I can focus on you directly. And then I'm gonna blast this out in editing. I'm gonna get this up for today. You guys are gonna see this today because apparently today is the 4th-year anniversary of the last pole dancing video that I did with the Game Grumps. And then you'll get this up and then we can coordinate everything. So if you guys have any questions about Cloak, ask me that right now. I will answer whatever I can, okay? Pole dancing? Yeah, we got a pole dancing video coming out today. Let's see. Will we sell cloaks? That's been the biggest, that's been the biggest thing that a lot of people have been asking. Like, why don't you actually sell cloaks? And now we have to go and actually think about it because we were like, oh, why don't we sell cloaks? But then, like, do people want cloaks? Like, I have kind of like the cardigan thing in mind if it was a cloak. You know what I mean? Not just a cape, but a cloak with a hood, I guess. But yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. Let's see. Why is everything so expensive? That was another thing that I addressed earlier. But the reason that everything is expensive is, number one, the quality of the material, the custom cut, the custom fabric, the custom sew. It's not something that we get off the shelf from another company. All of this is custom made for Cloak specifically. It isn't something that you get from another brand. It's not something that you get and we print a logo on. We made everything down to the tassels that are covered in a fine plastic so that they don't wear out and they don't ever fray and you don't ever get it sucked into this thing. Every single piece of this clothing was thought out, down to the small, like we said we were going to have minimal branding here, but we had to like figure out like what is the proper cut for the line here? How do you get the pocket so that it's a comfortable pocket? Like, what type of material do you put on as the print so it doesn't wash out or fade when it's subtle? Because if it's subtle and it fades, it's even worse. So we made sure that the print was like the best that it could be while maintaining its aesthetic of like very, very minimalistic and almost like unseen, hidden in plain sight style of clothing. So the cost is up there, but also the cost is in terms of customer service. It's all done in-house. We run the entire business ourselves. Like, the cost doesn't just come from clothing alone. And again, I understand that it is expensive. Like, we are pushing the cost down as far as we possibly can go. Like, that's something that's the unfortunate side effect of starting your own company, is that you have to start somewhere, and it can start and be a little pricey. But this is just the pre-sale. The pre-sale before even the company is fully launched, because the company is actually fully launched in November. This was just something to give people early access and a window in and the ability to support us from the ground level if they wanted to, and you guys have done it in droves. And I just can't thank you guys enough for supporting that. We didn't expect everyone to buy this, even though you guys damn well tried. Like, we wanted to provide things for everyone off the bat, but again, limited selection, only 3 different types of hoodies, 5 different types of t-shirts, limited selection, running it out, getting it from the supplier, making it as fast as we can, making sure it's up to quality, getting it to you guys with all the prototyping, the customer service that you're going to have at the end of that. Because when you buy something from us, you're not just buying the merch and then see ya, you're gone. We're there for you after you buy it at any moment in any way. we want to stand by the clothing that we make too. We didn't just want to like make it and see you off into the sunset. Oh, this was another little detail that I love about this. The way the hood just like folds in here, like how deep was this fold in here? What's the seam going to be like here? Like what kind of like the custom tag that's going to be on the back there? How do you make sure you get something that's not going to be scratchy? Like there's even like some very subtle details in the hemming of around the edge of it. Like how, like these are questions you never think you'd ever think of. But when it comes down to these things, like it comes down to things like how constricty is the stretchy on this? How where does it lay on the body? How do you differentiate the sizes? Like that kind of thing. You need Cloak condoms. I think we're gonna hold off on that one. Thank you very much. Who designed the logo? Oh man, who did design the logo at this point? The logo went through so many iterations too. I can't exactly show you any of the other ones because I don't have them. I would love to show you them, but I just don't have them on me. But the Cloak logo, and we've got different variations for it, but it was something that was a bit more bombastic at first. And then we just realized, like, in line with what we wanted, we just wanted a very minimalistic brand. Like, just something that was obviously what it was, but nothing more than that. So we just made this little C, and we're like, oh, God, I love that. That's really nice. Where do you buy them? What, the merchandise itself? Not merch, but merchandise, the clothing itself. Cloakbrand.com is where that is. How did we come up with the name Cloak? I mean, it came out of the moniker of, like, we wanted to make something that suggested, like, naming's so hard. Like, my channel name is Markiplier, so I'm not good at coming up with names. But we wanted something that was more, like, reminiscent of something that kind of came out of like, hiding or something. Like, hidden in plain sight is the slogan of the company, because we wanted it to seem like it's not something you're hiding in. It's just something that you're wearing. That's stylish. So I don't know. Cloak names are so like ethereal. It's hard to pin down exactly who made it and stuff like that. But it's just, you know, it's just Cloak. It's been Cloak for so long that I don't even know what else it was. I don't even know what the other names that we were coming up with it for. I can't even remember. It was also Ben. Ben was really the driving force, like for a lot of the early stuff that now we've almost completely forgotten about. Like, you should make hats. Oh yeah, we like I said, hats, pants, leggings, shorts, like underwear, like belts, whatever. All the different various facets of clothing are coming in the future. But like I said, again, early stages of this entire endeavor. Like, you can go to cloakbrand.com and you can see all the stuff that we have available right now, and it's not a lot. I know that. It's not a lot. When you don't have a big selection and you don't have the option of getting all these various pieces in play right off the bat, it makes it so that the company doesn't fall under its own weight. If we were to launch with every product that we wanted to do, there would be this problem where we wouldn't be able to produce everything on time. When you make a piece of clothing, especially a custom piece of clothing, you need to get the production pipeline in weeks, maybe even actually months. Like up to 6 months down the road. That's how far you need to plan ahead to get clothing out in the pipeline. And the other problem is you can't just sit around doing nothing forever. So the way we started now was this fine balance in between having a wide selection of many different materials at different price points, or starting with something that we could control, have the quality maintained on, and start at a fixed price point. That is actually in the middle of where it could be. There are many companies that have hoodies that are way more priced than this, that are still custom and high quality. And then there are companies that have hoodies that are underpriced to this, that are less high quality, not custom stuff. And it's a various thing that we could do. We're not making this company specifically for the people that can only afford like the Gucci's of the world. That's not what we're trying to do. We hit a middle of the road, and then it'll branch out from here both up and down in terms of like the type of clothing and the availability for the clothing, but the quality is always going to maintain the same. The idea behind it is always going to be the same. The road that we're on is always going to be the same. We stick to this path, and we're committed to this like dedication to the quality of it and the dedication to you guys who purchase from it. Like the customer service of it is definitely the biggest part of it. We want to be proud of this. We want you guys to be proud of this. We wanted everything that we do to be something that we could be proud of. And I can say with 100% confidence that that is what we have reached. Absolutely, we have. comfy sports bras? Eventually, yes. Like, honestly, that's true. Because we didn't just want, like, stuff that you could lounge about in. Like, I've been wearing this sweatshirt nonstop because I love it. And that was another big thing. Like, we wanted to have a clothing brand that we could wear every day. And I've already kind of, like, sunk into that. But it's just, like, we wanted something that everybody could wear and everybody could be proud of. And it's got to start somewhere. And we started off great, and I'm so grateful for that. Will there be more colors? Yes, there will be more colors. That is something. We don't just want to be, again, like I said, we don't just want to be gray and black and monotone. That's not the entirety of what we have. That is just the most reduced down core like item that we could launch with. We just wanted to launch with something small, contained, really said who we were, and then could expand into something more. And what's great is, like, you guys have allowed us to do that. You guys have believed in us enough that you could give us the chance to show you what we're made of, to show you, like, what we're worth, to show you that we're not full of shit. Because I think you guys have known us long enough that you trust that we're not full of shit every time we're talking. You trust that we know what we're talking about because, and I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, we could have just done a sponsorship or a partnership deal with a bigger clothing brand, and we could have made a clothing line with them, and it would have been their rules, the way they do things, and everything would have been offloaded to them, and it probably would have been easier. But we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make our own so that we could control every part of it. We wanted to make our own so that we could really dictate the voice of it, dictate how it was consumed, how people saw it, how people, like, were treated when they got it. We wanted to dictate all of that because it was so important to us that our moral compass was guiding the pathway down. Like, Sean and I are in agreement on this on almost every single step. We've had, like, sub-disagreements on, like, how things should be, but the moral compass behind it has always been the same. Dedication to the people that are buying it. Never abandon them. Make it so that they feel confident in what they're doing, and that's why we made Cloak. And that's like the last preachy thing I'll say, I swear. Is this going to be purely online? Again, that's pipe dream stuff. Like, eventually we would like to have physical stores, but, like, physical stores are expensive. Again, like, that's another thing that brings up cost. Having physical stores is hard. We want to start online right now just because that's all we can do. We are not a multi-million-dollar company. We're just not. We're barely a startup at this point. But it's something that we want to do. And with you guys' help, we can. We really, really can. We can take this and we kind of grassroots it, and we kind of let it grow naturally, and we let people see the quality of it. And we will let people see, like, how it's like the ethics behind it, like how we are making it, like how we believe in it, and what we see in it, and how we want to treat people when they buy it. You know, like that kind of thing behind it. The moral guidance of it, again, is just something that we want to see, and that can only be said pretty much through word of mouth. Like, I've long time said that, like, change and anything like that really only happens in person. Like, you can do a lot of things online, but I want people to see it, the physicalness of it, the real. I want people to get this in their hand, because this is the most comfortable sweatshirt I've ever owned, bar none. And we made it that way. It's so nice to be able to look at what we've done and be like, I made that way. I made this way. We made this way. And you guys' ideas are also going to fuel it too, because you guys give us suggestions already. There's a suggestion email in the website. If you go to cloakbrand.com, you can actually see there's a submit your ideas. We will take your ideas. We want to listen to you. We want to see you guys wear it. When you finally get this stuff, submit pictures to it. We want to have people wearing our clothes as the model photos. We don't just want to pay these beautiful models, and they're beautiful. Every single one of the models is beautiful. Even one of the models is a fan that we got through the Digits thing. Like, she was actually in the Wilford Warfstash shoot, and she was helping us out with this. And we were just like, you want to wear the clothes? And she totally did, and she knocked it out of the park. It, like, looked so great, and it was just really cool to see, like, this kind of sense of community come out of it right off the bat, because we were filming like questions and answers with even the people that were helping us out in the early stages. Like, what do you want out of clothing? What do you like to wear? What are you willing to buy? Like, what are you willing to pay for? Like, that's kind of all these questions that we want. And we didn't want, like, just the positive stuff. We wanted the negative stuff too. We've got a whole reel of things that like people want that don't necessarily agree with what we were making. And we took that into account and we kind of pushed that forward to be like, okay, so we're on this plan, this big 4-year plan that we have for this company. Where can we slot in these ideas? When can we evolve? When can we test things out? When can we push the boundaries just a little more here? When can we try something else? Like it'll do stuff like that. You want a model? Get a shirt, get a sweatshirt, send us a picture. Send us a picture. We would love to see that. We would love to have real, honest, true people who are supporting this brand be a part of it. That's what we want. International, again, starting out can only do so much. We do want to expand into farther stuff like international stuff, but this is all years down the road. Years down the road. Backpacks, something on our list. We got that going on. When will hoodies be restocked? Are any more than the, hang on, are the, last I checked, the zip-ups were out of stock. Did other things go out of stock? Sorry if it did. The sizings, there's only a few sizes left on the Deep Space hoodie. There's only a few sizes left on almost all the hoodies. Okay, so this is the reality of it. Like I was saying, got to start small. It takes time. This is all a pre-sale at this time, and all these products are still being made. They will come and they will get there before the end of the year. Obviously, they will get here before the end of the year. Like, I can almost certainly say before Christmas, definitely before Christmas. And when this whole company of ours, when Cloak actually launches, then you'll see a lot more stuff start to roll out much quicker. But this is literally, we launched when we knew that we had what we wanted. When we settled on the quality, when we were like, this is it, this is the stuff, this is the shit. This is what we're really all about. That's when we knew that we could finally move forward and keep going on that. But as far as restocking goes, I have no idea. I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea. I wish I did have an idea. I really do. But I don't. And I wish I did. But we will get them restocked as soon as we can, and we want to keep things rolling as far as we can. We may restock before the actual launch and when people start to get it, but we may not as well. So if you want to get one, get it now. They are going quick. And I would love it if you guys would support this at the start, like the very beginning, the first few people that support it. You guys are definitely going to be like written into our logbook. We're going to know you guys who bought it first, who are supporting their right at the ground level. Like, we want to make sure that we show just how appreciative we are of what you've done for us and how to make this something real and something big. That is more than I could ever say. And that's why I constantly go, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Are the hoodies warm? I would consider them medium weight. They're not thin. They're not super thin, but they're not like heavy, thick, like sweatshirts either. They probably keep you warm in about, if it was 50 degrees out, you'd be good in this. If it was 40 degrees out, you'd be good in this and maybe one small thing below it. Like, if it was like freezing out, you're going to be cold in this. Does that like put it in perspective? That probably does. Animal clothing? It's just like, let's focus on people clothing first, but that's not a bad idea. I might want that. Yeah. We need a pet named Steve Cloak. Yeah. I don't know if that would actually work. You have a sizing question. We'll ask it. I'll try to answer it if I can see it again. Yes to what? Did the helping of the temperature thing kind of work out there? The animals are people. All right, I'm tending to agree with you there. I would almost exclusively agree with you there. But there. Pole dancing video. I'm working on it right now. I am working on it right now. It's almost done. I just need to do the final pass of it, and then I can start it rendering, and then we can, like, me and Amy were headed out, but then I can get it to you guys. It will go up today. The pole dancing video is coming out today. You can tell everybody about that. The pole dancing video is coming out today. Cloak snapbacks or you're canceled. Can you give us some time on that? Because hats are a next year kind of thing. We have like a big plan of something like that. Pole dancing video, wait. We're not gonna wait. I'm doing this live stream so I can talk to you guys, and then I gotta go right back to editing it. Yeah. So proud of you too. Oh, thank you so much. That really does mean the world to me. Like, I have no problem with any sort of criticism about this. I've never had any sort of problems with criticism about me in general or my channel. And I definitely got no problems with people having criticisms about this launch that we have here. I want to hear every complaint. But there has been so much heartwarming outpouring of love and affection from you guys that I can't even believe, like, how much. Oh, how do the sizes fit? Okay, so I'm a medium pretty much across the board, right? I usually wear medium shirts, medium sweatshirts. This one is a medium, but it's not a tight medium. Because I've even got an athletic build, right? I'm a bit more muscular, so normally if something was a medium, it might actually be tight. It's not a tight fit for the medium that it is. It's something that, like, it's comfy. It fits nice. It looks stylish. It looks clean. It looks sleek, but it's not constrictive and not tight, even down to the armbands. The only tight portion is on the ends here so that you can, like, have some grip on that. So it's not tight. The shirts are the exact same way. Nothing is like an overt athletic fit. They are not supposed to be tight to the body. A medium is supposed to hang comfortably, fit nice, and, like, not contour to the body, just, like, be a nice fit shirt. It's like this. You know what I mean? As much as I could say. Yeah, they aren't specified for athletic builds or anything like that. And everything is unisex, by the way. If people are looking for specifically men's and specifically women's, everything that we're making right now, anyway, is unisex. Now, that may be more in the future, but we'll come to that. Right now, the biggest size is XXL. We want to expand that, but again, had to start somewhere. Yeah. Like sleeves that are loose and go over the hands. I mean, you can. I mean, if I was having this and I was wearing it like this wouldn't be too bad, I guess. They don't quite go over the hands though. Like, this is about, if I was just standing like this, I mean, this would be fine, I guess. But I mean, they're nice too. These got a bit of, like, pretty much everything has a little bit of elasticity to it. We got, like, spandex in almost all of our clothing, just because it gives it that little bit of stretch without being too overly, like, snug on the body. It also helps keep it, like, the cut of it right, helps keep lasting a bit longer. So that's good. Handless marking move. Yeah. So it's nice. Cloak blankets. Yes. That's probably definitely something that we're going to have going on. No, I love this sweatshirt. I cannot state that enough, how much I love this sweatshirt. This sweatshirt is my favorite sweatshirt I've had in my entire life. And I'm so proud to say that. I'm so proud to say that. The t-shirts that we have from Cloak are my favorite t-shirts I've ever owned. They are simply my favorite. It's not just all about the hoodies either. It's about the t-shirts, because the t-shirts are high quality. They're made of modal, which is my favorite material that I could possibly make anything out of. My bed sheets, modal. And it's like, it's just so comfortable. I've gone running in the Cloak stuff. I'm wearing a Cloak t-shirt under this one just because it's what I throw on every morning and when I can't be bothered to do anything else. I honestly, truly love the stuff that we're making. No lies, no nothing about that. The quality of what we're building is something that I'm so proud of. So that's what we wanted. What inspired you to make Cloak? Well, it was kind of, I gotta give credit to Ben there. Ben was really like the driving force behind it. And this was like, what, a year and a half ago now? Ben was kind of helping us out and just he had this idea. He was like, man, I would like to make like what kind of clothes do you like to wear? And I'm like, man, you know, I don't know. I'm a clothing shamble. I'm like a mess when it comes to clothing. I have I can never decide what I want. I just want something that's comfortable. You know, I don't like big logos. I like stuff like that. And then we just had this conversation, and it was like this. Suddenly we were like, oh, well, what if we made our own? What if we could make something that we would want to wear? What if we could make something that we would want to really be proud of? What if we could actually do this instead of just talking about it, maybe about it? And we realized, like, oh. And then he was like, well, do you know anybody that, like, would be interested in maybe going together on this? I was like, well, I could ask Sean, like, see what he about. And then, like, from the moment that we started talking about it, it was like, okay, let's do this thing. Let's commit to this. Let's do this. And that was like a year and a half ago. That was so long ago now that I think about it. But then to see all of that work, all that planning, all the going back and forth and just being like, no, not like that crap, make it like this. Just like, I gotta give it up to Ben, just being a freaking hero on this, just being like, how many times he was just like, no, 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 to Ben, like Sean and I even to Ben, just being like, no, sorry, no, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be this, it's gotta be this. And it's just like, he's a trooper for sticking. He's a trooper for sticking it through like that, and like just negotiating with all these people and making sure that everything is good. We went through so many iterations. There's actually videos you could probably see of me wearing like prototype cloak stuff. That like it was nice. Like the material was decent. Like the fit wasn't perfect, but it was still like I really like this stuff. It's good enough. And then when we finally got like the final version in the final box, when Ben handed me this box of stuff with like cloak on the top, the real like the box that we have here, all orders are going to come in a box like this, and just like opening it up, seeing the logo. This one's upside down, but this is the black interior, and like everything was like in a nice. It was like, I don't know, we almost cried. Because it was like it was real, you know? When I said like it was our baby, I honestly just sell boxes, you'll buy it. I mean, I guess maybe. But it was like, that's why I said it's our baby. Because like we've been working on this for so long, longer than a baby actually needs to be worked on. And to see it actually come out and exist in a real way, it was so mind-blowingly awesome. Mind-blowingly awesome. I can't put into words how proud I am that something we've been working on in the background for so long has actually come out. Pants with pockers? I don't even know what that is. But just like, thank you for that. Just honestly, truly, thank you. You can check out all this at cloakbrand.com. Things are selling out. Things are going quickly, and we won't be able to restock for a while. So this might be your last chance to get it now. But just, I promise you, you will not regret a single thing that you purchase from us. Like, we stand by it 100%. We want everything to be absolutely the top quality for you. Where does it ship from? It ships from here in LA, I believe anyway. I'm pretty sure it ships from here in LA. And eventually, as we grow, we'll get like places internationally so that international shipping won't be such a burden for everybody and it won't be super crazy expensive. Like, we understand. That's another big thing. We understand international shipping has been the bane of my existence for so long, figuring out how to do that. And that was another big thing that we want. We want to have international distribution centers so that not everything is coming out of America and not everything has the high price of that. We want people to be able to order this from anywhere in the world. So that is definitely something that we're going over. Socks, that is another thing. I like socks. I want comfy socks. Socks is a hard thing to get right. We want to do socks right. Like, we want to take pretty much every single segment of clothing that we can possibly do and be like, we hate that. This is how we do it. Like, and that's pretty much how we want to go forward with what we're doing here. We just want to be like, that's dumb. Let's do it this way. How about that? How about you shut up? We're going to do it this way. We're going to be comfy over here, and you just take that and go over there. You know, that's kind of how we want to do for everything. Joggers, yes. We're going to get to the lower body. We've only got like sweatshirts and t-shirts right now. We're going to expand that. We've got more. We've got that zip-up hoodie that I showed in the video yesterday, but we've got more. We've got... and we're going to expand into lower body later. We're going to move into more types of clothing later. I can't promise anything right now. But if you have suggestions, go to cloakbrand.com, find the submit your idea form, and then basically the more people request something, the more we'll push that up on our priority list of what we're going. So we got a big list, by the way. We got a 4-year plan and a big list, beyond 4-year plan, obviously, but we've really got the next 4 years mapped out. We got a big list of things that we want to do, what we want to accomplish. If you guys suggest something, we'll push it higher on our list. We'll get it right up to the top if need be, and we'll like push it as hard as we can. These things take time, but we'll get there. Yeah. Make a Cloak Gang song? I don't think we need that. I'm pretty sure we don't need that. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Would rings be a stupid idea? I don't know if we'd ever move into jewelry. I don't know about that. I've never thought about that. I'm not a big jewelry guy, but, you know, maybe if people request it, like, that would be something like that. Bob? Is Bob here? Why is Bob here? Why would Bob possibly be here? Yeah. What was the hardest part about making the brand? The hardest part about making the brand was sticking to your guns on the quality of it. Honestly, truly, that was the hardest part. There were a lot of challenges in terms of like figuring out like what the logo was going to be, like ooh, are these tassels going to be black, like that sort of stuff. But when it comes down to like sticking to your guns and being like, no, I am going to be an anal douchebag and make sure the cut on the back seam of it along the back arm line is perfect. Like, we're going to make sure that the interior print on the logo is perfect. Like, going to people and just being like, it has to be of this quality. You need to just listen to us for 1 second. That's like the hardest part. The second hardest part is waiting. Absolutely waiting. Waiting for things to come out, because there are so many like people out there that have this down to a science. They've got everything, all these balls rolling and all these things moving like that. That's why I think like companies are so, it's challenging to adapt quickly, because things are moving in concert months down the road. So like when you have an idea, it's months. Like you got to plan quick and you got to go fast, because things just pop out of there so fast you'd never see it ever again. But waiting and then sticking to your guns on quality, those are the hardest things, definitely. Headphones, that's moving into electronics. That would be harder. Like butt pillows. Is that a pillow specifically for your butt, or is that a pillow with somebody's butt printed on there? Because I don't know how we can do that, but if enough people suggest it, it's going to be the top of our list. Like when we maybe have jeans, maybe it's definitely not in our like immediate future, because jeans are like a very complicated product, because you got to get very specific sizing for it. We'd move initially into like sweatpants and stuff like that, and shorts that have like small, medium, large, up to 4XL types of sizes. But that's like a slow burn. We'll get there eventually. It just takes time. Yeah. Chest binders? What are chest binders? What? Oh, like a sports bra? Is that what it is? I've never heard of that before. I'll look into it. This is new for me. Oh, for trans people. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we'll look into it. Yeah, submit the idea to the email on the website. Go to cloakbrand.com and find the submit your idea. I've never heard of that, so I will look into that immediately. Yeah. Should make hand compression gloves for playing games. Ooh, that might be good too. Well, I mean, we've thought about gloves too. A lot of the accessory stuff that we're going to go there, like we would definitely do that. But we'd have to look into that a bit more, because gloves, again, are a meticulous thing. Like, you got to ask again, okay? You want to make a glove. Well, you can't just pull a glove off the shelf. We're going to make it ourselves. How are the finger cuts? Like, how do we sew it across there? How do we make sure the stitching isn't on the inside? How do we make sure it's comfortable to wear? Like compression, like what kind of material would that be made of? There's so many things to think about. Yeah. Do I like a scarf? Oh, we could definitely do a scarf. Phone cases, pop sockets. We probably wouldn't do that, because that extends again into the realm of merch. We didn't want this to just be merch that we could slap logos on. That's definitely not what we wanted to do. We wanted to have specifically this type of clothing because it was high quality. And if we were making our own phone case, it would be less for the purpose of shouting out the brand of Cloak. It would have to serve like the best. It would have to fit like our kind of like idea behind the company. If we were going to make a phone case, it would have to be the best phone case that we would want to use. And I have no idea but the production behind that. But it would have to fit with what we want there. Yeah. Underwear. Yes, underwear. I want comfy underwear. I want good quality comfy underwear. Now that's a thing that we want to do too. Like we want like all this clothing, all types of clothing, because we want just to make things that people can wear every day. And I'm pretty sure most of you wear underwear every day. I sometimes do. So I want to make sure like that we really, really nail in. Like, how do we make underwear perfect? Now, I don't even know what the questions for that would be. Like, is it like, how do you cut for the proper butt support. Like, what do you get for the hips? Like, what do you do in that underwear? Like, it's all these questions that we have that we just gotta like apply, and that's why we started out with like the more simple stuff, like sweatshirts and t-shirts, because the questions are not as hard to answer. But as we expand more, like, we'll be able to answer more and more. Backpacks, yes. Backpacks, yes. Tasks the hips. What time is it? Oh, geez. Okay, all right. I got to get going, but I will be back on this Instagram live stream tomorrow to answer more of your questions. I know that I haven't even gotten close to any of the questions. I'll post this Instagram live stream, so if anyone missed an early portion of this, right here on the story, you'll be able to watch it over again, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll be able to answer more of your questions. If you heard an answer from me that anyone else has a question to, be sure to relay my answer to them as best you can. Try to get the support and the information out there so everyone can have their questions answered about it. Go to cloakbrand.com to check out all that we have. It's selling out quickly, and then if you order now, it is a pre-order so that you will get it sometime before Christmas. So thank you everybody so much. I'm going to finish up the pole dancing video so that you guys can see that. Hopefully that'll be posted in about 2 hours if we're lucky, and if we're not lucky, it'll be later tonight, but it is coming out today, definitely. So thank you guys so much for being here. You guys take care. Love you guys so much. And I don't know, thanks for making this dream come true. All right. See you guys. Bye.